Hello everyone, welcome to Network Talk. This is Sundar. In this CCNA series, today we are going to take the first part of CCNA Networking Fundamental session. CCNA 200-301 Networking Fundamental. The today agenda is talking about networking basics, network components, what are the components we are using for communicating two devices, and then final network device features. So let's start going to the topic. What is network? First of all, we need to know what is network. Probably most of the peoples know what is network in nowadays. A network refers to two or more connected computers that can share data such as printer and internet connection applications or the combination of the resources like this this PC have some JPEG file or some documents need to share with this PC, so that time that both is sharing the data is called as network connectivity. Okay. Networking fundamental. Explain the rules and function of the networking devices. Below are the networking devices: hub, bridge, switch, router, firewall, access point, cables. We'll talk about the brief explanation like basics of all the devices in upcoming sessions. Slides. What is hub? A hub is a simple, less intelligent device and inexpensive device. It is used for sending frames from one device to another connected devices in that same hub. Like if this device need to send data to these machines means once that data is received in hub will transmit that data to all the connected remaining devices, not to the ingress. All the devices it will share. Okay. This is why it's called less intelligent device. What is bridge? A network bridge is a device that divide a network into segments. Like each segments represents a separate collision domain. So the number of collision on the network is reduced. Also, because each collision domain has its own separate bandwidth. A bridge also improve the overall network performance. In this diagram, a bridge is connected with two hubs, but the two hubs having two different collision domain. So the bandwidth is this side it's using 100 Mbps means this both devices using the 100 Mbps in that link, and then this side it's having that same 100 Mbps means it can uh, this PCs and this hub using the 100 Mbps. So this both collision is not mismatched, so that's the reason that collision occurred is reduced and the network connectivity has been improved in this bridge itself. Unlike hubs, bridge allows multiple devices to send at the same time. This is why they are considered to be predecessors of network switches. What is network switch? A network switch connects devices within a network, often a local area network or LAN, and forwards data packets to and from those devices. Unlike a router, a switch only sends a data to the single device. it is intended for, which may be another switch, a router, or a user's computer, not two networks of multiple devices. In this diagram, first internet itself, it's going to router will transmit the data to switch transmit the data to end users. Types of switch: managed, unmanaged, LAN switch, PoE switch. Managed switch means, sorry, unmanaged switch means that switch is pre-configured. It's like a plug and play. It that user no need to configure the switch. They just connect the PC into the switch. It's automatically working. In managed switch means we need to configure each and every configuration like VLAN creations and then port configurations. Everything we need to configure. That is why it's called managed switch. In managed switch itself, semi-managed switch also it's available. Like if 48 port switch means 24 port is unmanaged and 24 port is unmanaged. Okay, like that nowadays is there. And LAN switch is for LAN connectivity, and PoE, power over Ethernet switch. What is router? Router is the important device for a CCNA because you can see a router is a device that connect two or more packet switched networks or subnetworks. So this is the main part of the networking. This router only having the accessibility to connect two different networks such as subnetworks or networks. Its work is like layer 3 in OSA layer. It's acting like IP address itself. It serves two primary functions: managing traffic between these networks by forwarding data packets to their intended IP addresses. So IP is the layer 3, okay, and allowing multiple devices to use the same internet connection. In this diagram, you can see this is LAN 1 is sales department, LAN 2 is account department. So they have different IP address and LAN connectivity. Everything is in different. Here you can see that switch is from switch and hub is connected, and here also switch and hub connected. This both switches having access to the intranetwork only. Like intranetwork means that local private IP address in this account department and sales department. It's not communicating to this account department. Sales department is not able to communicate to account department. Account department not able to communicate to sales department without router. If you are installing router, that switch will send the data to router will check the layer 3 information, and it's transmitting the data to this switch. So router is the major role playing in network transmission, okay, and the internet connectivity also. Normally in our home also we'll use fiber connectivity, that is router only. Okay, let's talk into types of router: core router, edge router, distribution router, wireless router, virtual router. These five types is that we will discuss later session because router is important. We'll have multiple practical lab and configuration theory class. Everything is there. So we'll discuss in that time. Okay. Let's talk about next topic. What is firewall? Next topic is very important for the CCNA because nowadays everything is in internet only. So firewall is the first layer of defense for security. Even if organization or home users also need to have the firewall must. Okay. A firewall is a network security device that monitors incoming and outgoing network traffic of the desired network path. Okay, we can specify the rule in the firewall to allow the network traffic or deny the network traffic. Okay, and firewall has been the first line of defense in network security for over the 25 years. Yeah, because its firewall only can able to filter the malware, and it have the function from IPS, IDS, so it filter the malicious network traffic from the organizations or home network. So firewall is must to learn in network security as well as networking. Okay, a firewall can be a hardware, software as a service, public cloud or private cloud. Okay, hardware means in organizations they have if per second they have lakhs of network traffic is going on. So that time if software versions of the firewall not capable for that kind of big bandwidth, so in that case the hardware is separately built for filtering, allowing for the network traffic. So like a hardware firewall example is Palo Alto, Checkpoint, FortiGate, ASA. It's a multiple is there, and software is our Microsoft Defender. Software as a service is cloud-based and public cloud or private cloud. These three are the cloud-based. We can, if we are having any cloud-based machines like AWS, in some of the organization purchasing Windows machines or Windows server in cloud, that time they will purchase the cloud firewall as well as. Okay, you can see this is the basic structure of the uh, enterprises network. First internet, then that basic routers, after that firewall. So if any network traffic is going in or out, it should cross the firewall first. Here you can see the DMZ network. DMZ network is for demilitarized net zone. Here commonly we will store web filter server, DNS server, Active Directory server, all the servers has been stored. That in another side, the enterprises network. There that user local users group like LAN. So whatever servers or LAN network users, they should go above to the internet from firewall itself only. So that it that in that time the firewall will validate the network traffic. Okay, what is access point? A wireless access point is a networking device that allows connecting the devices with the wired network. A wireless access point is used to create the WLAN, wireless local area network. Okay, normally you see local area network is connected with Ethernet cable from the all the machines in the environment. In wireless network means that hub wireless access point only connected in the Ethernet. After that, that wireless LAN is connected to all the wireless laptops, mobiles, or everything in within connecting with that wireless. After that, it's taking to the local area network connectivity. So it's called the wireless local area network. It is commonly used in large offices and buildings which have expanded business. Okay, you can see I have previously explained like wireless access point is connected to one switch, and then in this wireless access point connecting or to notebook laptops to wirelessly. So now this wireless device can able to access this wired net local area network as well as. Okay, now I hope you will get the point. So we'll talk about next what is cable in networking. In networking we have multiple types of cable is there. First we'll know why we are using cable. Networking cables are a networking hardware used to connect one network device to other network devices. Previously, in first slide, I have explained what is network. The time that two different PCs need to share the data to that one means they need to connected with this kind of cables only. Okay, so the cable is having multiple types. The network types of cable is such as coaxial cable, optical fiber cable, and twisted pair cables are used depending on the network's topology, protocol, and size. We'll talk about the cables in future sessions. Types of Ethernet cables: coaxial cable, twisted pair cable, fiber optic cable. Thanks to all watching this CCNA tutorial. In coming up days, I will upload all the topics related to CCNA 200-301 new syllabus. For the exam perspective, I will upload all the topics and then theory, practical as well as. Thanks for watching.